All right, we're picking up right here. Remember, the men disobeyed Odysseus and they ate the cattle of Lord Helios, and now he is mad. And Zeus has promised him that he will get back at them for this. And that's what's happening right now. On the afterdeck, the mast had hit the steersman, a slant blow bashing the skull in, knocking him overside, as the brave soul fled the body like a diver. With crack on crack of thunder, Zeus let fly a bolt against the ship, a direct hit so that she bucked in reeking fumes of sulfur, and all the men were flung into the sea. They came up round the wreck, bobbing a while like petrels on the waves. Some good similes here, comparing his soul leaving the body to a diver, and the men bobbing up and down, comparing that to birds on the waves. No more seafaring homeward for these, no sweet day of return. The god had turned his face from them. I clamored fore and aft my hulk until a comber split her keel from ribs, and the big timber floated free. The mast too broke away. A backstay floated dangling from it, stout rawhide rope, and I used this for lashing mast and keel together. These I straddled, riding the frightful storm. Nor had I yet seen the worst of it, for now the west wind dropped and a southeast gale came on. One more twist of the knife, taking me north again, straight for Charybdis. And remember, Charybdis is that sea monster that makes a whirlpool under the water. All that night I drifted, and in the sunrise, sure enough, I lay off Scylla mountain and Charybdis deep. So he's back to the sea monsters. There, as the whirlpool drank the tide, a billow tossed me, and I sprang for the great fig tree, catching on like a bat under a bough. Nowhere had I to stand, no way of climbing. The root and bole being far below and far above my head, the branches and their leaves massed, overshadowing Charybdis' pool. But I clung grimly, thinking my mast and keel would come back to the surface when she spouted. And ah, how long, with what desire I waited, till at the twilight hour, when one who hears and judges pleas in the marketplace all day, between contentious men, goes home to supper, the long poles at last reared from the sea. Now I let go with hands and feet, plunging straight into the foam beside the timbers, pulled astride, and rowed hard with my hands to pass by Scylla. Never could I have passed her had not the Father of gods and men this time kept me from her eyes. Once through the strait, 9 days I drifted in the open sea before I made shore, buoyed up by the gods, upon Ogygia Isle. The dangerous nymph Calypso lives there and sings there in her beauty, and she received me, loved me. But why tell the same tale that I told last night in the hall to you and to your lady? Those adventures made a long evening, and I do not hold with tiresome repetition of a story. So now he's kind of like gotten back to the beginning again. He's told them this tale of all the crazy things that he's gone through, you guys, and how he ended up on Calypso's island. And now he's the only one left. He's the only one alive. His poor men. And that brings us all the way to part 3.